Hey again, YouTube. You are once again tuned in to Katie Talk One on One. And as usual, I'm Katie and I'm always talking. Today, I'm coming to you with some breaking news today, some really unfortunate news of a high school shooting out here in California. Thank God they have caught the shooter, so that's always a good thing. The shooter is in, he is now in custody. So thank God they found the shooter. And I think a big thing about this situation that's going on with this high school shooting, and there has been several other high school shootings that have went on as well. And I am wondering, do you think gun control, more gun control, is actually the answer, or do you think there could be one small resolution to the gun violence that we face? I am actually I'm tuned in to CBS News right now, and they are live talking about the shooting. But I just wonder, could that be a thing? Like I'm always hearing about people speak on gun control and the massive amount of massive shootings that go on. Um, gun violence is wild in Chicago, and Chicago actually have the biggest strictest gun laws are in Illinois. So I don't know. Sometimes I think, could the gun control make things worse, or do you think the control may make things a little better for us? And this breaking news, like I said, is coming from out of CBS News right now, and they are live. I'm about to turn it up over here on my phone right now, so we can all tune in. Just take a listen and just take a listen. They're live on the scene as we speak.
Locked down, we're huddled in the back of the class. Rumors flying, kids shot, school shooter. It's all these news stories that you hear, and now it's you.
I know there probably isn't a real concept for time when you're in a situation like that, but do you have any idea how long you were there before you left?
I know we were locked down for over an hour, and they evacuated classes one by one. And so, us being in the back of campus, we had to wait a while. And then sheriff deputies came in, everybody hands up, single file.
Thank you guys for tuning in.
Out of the class.
And did the sheriff deputies speak with you? What happened between you and the authorities before you were released to dad?
Pretty much they just said, everything's okay, you're safe now. We all had to bus to the park here to be reunited with our families. There's still a lot of unconcluded information. So,
I know how excited Dad was to see you because he shared that with us already, but what was it like for you to see your parents?
Turn this down for a second. But oh my God, my heart just, it goes out to every parent of every student at that school. The students that were shot and affected, my heart goes out to them. But even the kids that were not affected, my heart still goes out to their family, because I just heard about this incident, and it was around 11 something, right before noon. And the first thing that come up in my mind is, oh my God, I know my son school is going through this strike thing, but he still went to school today. But the first thing I thought about was, let me go pick my son up. The first thing I thought was, let me go pick my son up. Yeah, they need to screen people more, Zorian. That is so crazy. And Rich and Zorian, everybody else who is tuned in, it's so crazy that the shooter is actually only 16 years old. This student is 16. I have a son that's 15, about to be 16. So it's kids this age, this high school age, that's doing such a horrendous crime like this. It kind of hits home. It kind of hits home. And like I said, when I first heard about the breaking news here about this shooting, I instantly thought about my kids. Like, oh, let me go pick my son up, because I told him I was going to pick him up between like 11:30 and 12:30, because if your kids are in the Little Rock School District, that little strike is going on just for the day. And that's the first thing I thought. Like, let me go get my son. Like, even though this situation happened all the way out in like I think Senorita, Santa California, and that's the first thing I thought about was let me go get my son. I'm gonna turn this back up though, but I just had to share that real quick. Let's listen in and see what's going on so far.
Sheriff's Department and the private security firms to go through drills to make sure we keep the kids safe. And I want you to think about something. There's just around 2,500 kids at this school today. No life lost is acceptable. Nobody being shot is acceptable, but this could have been a lot worse. And thank God for the first responders, the staff here. They did a great job this morning. And you all have had drills to prepare the students for an active shooter on campus? They do. At every one of our schools, we have drills. We have practice drills. You've got to be careful though, because you don't want to put the kids on edge all the time and make it really bad. But you let them know what they need to do when an authority figure is telling you what to do in a situation like this. My understanding today, the kids were barricading doors with desks when they heard the gunshots and went into the classrooms. You don't just do that without a little bit of training. And we understand that multiple schools were on lockdown, possibly all of the schools in the district? Yeah, there's 6 school districts in this valley, elementary school and high school districts. Our high school district, every school was on lockdown. And the elementary school districts did a soft lockdown to make sure that their kids were safe as well. And so these counselors will be on campus to help students and faculty, I'm guessing? Of course, yeah, and faculty, and anybody who really needs in the community. If you can see all the houses around here, I'm sure some of these people were traumatized with it too. We're a community-based education system, and we'll open it up to anybody who needs the help. When do you expect that the students will return to school here? We haven't talked about that yet as a whole, and I think it's trying to find out where the kids are at and how.
Okay. So the interview is live. It's actually live over on CBS News in Los Angeles right now. So I was just thinking to myself, like, I don't even know if I would want my children to go back to that school. I know things happen everywhere, but it's just something this tragic. I don't really know if like I just don't know if I would even feel like comfortable going back there. It's almost like, not compared to, but similar to the situation that went on. I think it was in South Carolina when one boy went into a church and shot like 9 people. Like the people that did survive that church shooting, could if you went to that church, could you just go back to that church like that next Sunday? I don't know how you would feel, but I just would feel so uneasy and unsafe. Like it's just there would be so many horrible memories there. Just going back to school that next day, I don't really know about that. I don't know. I know, that's the news job to report the news, but I don't know. It's just some of the questions they ask. I'm like, sometimes you just need to let people kind of soak everything all in before you ask certain questions. I don't know. I think it's just me. But before you just ask certain questions in these interviews, like right after a tragedy, you just got to watch what you ask people. Because I be thinking, like, some of the questions they ask, I be like, really? I know you're trying to get in as much information as possible when you're covering these stories and stuff like this. But is your child coming back to school the next day? What the hell? I'm not thinking about my child going back to the school. And all these people just got shot up and one killed. Really?
Ready to go here? Thank you for your patience. We appreciate it. Good. Good morning. I'm Sergeant Benjamin Grubb with the Los Angeles County Sheriff Department's Sheriff Information Bureau. I thank you all for coming here today. I want to get right into it regarding this incident in Santa Clarita, specifically Saugus High School. Without further ado, Sheriff Alex Villanueva and Sheriff's Homicide Captain Kent Wegener, Wegnegner.
I regret to
I
inform it's a
will.
sad day in Saugus. It's a sad day in Los Angeles County and the nation.
I most definitely will be posting this video to my live YouTube page. So if you're not subscribed, please make sure you subscribe. I'm actually gonna kind of charge up my phone. Hopefully, I can keep a charge and stay on live at the same time. But if you lose me on Facebook, in just a second, I will most definitely be posting this video to my YouTube. So make sure you go and subscribe to Katie Talk 101. Um, I don't think I'm quite able to just yet, but I will soon. I'll be able to go live on YouTube. So once I qualify to go live on YouTube, you most definitely want to stay tuned to that situation. So just to make sure you stay tuned and subscribe to the YouTube. I'll be posting this video and I have many other videos as well. I got kind of excited today when I actually looked as far as the analytics go. The analytics go on YouTube. I actually have people in not only Romania, but I have some people that tune in to me that are from Japan. So I got really excited. I'm like, oh my God, there's people all around the world that's listening to my voice. So I'm like, I feel some power, all geared up in my voice and the things that I say. Like I remember telling one of my Facebook friends, I am in no way, shape, or form. I'm nobody's counselor. I'm no one's advisor. I report the news and I make content and I create the content. I'm a content creator on YouTube. In no way, shape, or form am I an advisor or a counselor. I can tell you advice about things that I've personally been through myself and, what type of person it made me from the things that I've been through. But I'm no counselor. So, anybody that may know me from my past, yeah, I have a crazy past, but now I'm a content creator, but I'm not trying to be your counselor. So I just want to clear that up. But yes, let me finish listening to this, and hopefully my phone can actually stay charged. But if it does go dead, just make sure you go on over to YouTube and like, share, and subscribe. I'm gonna go ahead and post this.
He is identified
as much as I can listen to it and see what's going on.
Birthday is today.
Oh no! 16-year-old male. Okay, and then it went off. Come on now.
He is a resident in the 22900 block of Sycamore Creek Drive in Santa Clarita. That location was contained by sheriff's deputies, and a cursory search was done to identify any other potential victims which may be at the location. There were none there. It is now being contained. A search warrant is being written, and it will be conducted to process that scene for evidence. We are in the process of interviewing students who were witnesses to this incident. Some of those students are being taken are still at the high school in a multi-purpose room, and other students are at Grace Baptist Church, where they will be interviewed by sheriff's homicide detectives. Additionally, we have scenes at the quad at the school to process the crime scene there. A team at the suspect's house, a team at two different local hospitals. And we have another team that's working with our tech crew to process any video which we may be able to get from the surveillance system at the high school. The FBI is here, and they are collaborating with us to preserve and capture any cell phone video which the students may have captured of this incident at the time that it happened. The suspect's girlfriend and his mother are at Santa Clarita Station with detectives currently. Detectives have reviewed the video at the scene, which clearly show the subject in the quad withdraw a handgun from his backpack, shoot and wound 5 people, and then shoot himself in the head. There are no other subjects who are outstanding as part of this incident or who took part in this assault.
Oh, let me turn this down. Oh my God. Oh my God, I did not realize that the shooter ended up killing himself too. Oh, oh my God.
Her parents are at the hospital. There's another female victim, age 14, another female victim, age 15, and two male victims, each 14 years of age. Again, this is preliminary information. I know there are rumors out there about social media posts and different videos that may have been posted from the scene. We will be looking into that. At this point, I don't have any information about that. I can tell you that we have checked for recent threats involving Saugus High School. We identified two, which were both investigated and had no nexus to this subject. At this point, thank you. Next, I'd like to introduce Los Angeles County Fire Department Chief Darrell Osby.
Hello, Darrell Osby, Fire Chief of the Los Angeles County Fire Department. And as mentioned today, the Saugus incident, this is a pretty sobering incident for those involved, including first responders. On behalf of the Los Angeles County
I'm
Fire
gonna turn this down
Department,
for a second.
our
I got something to
sympathies
say
and
right
prayers.
quick. Okay. Okay, this is what I was just thinking, when they said the alleged shooter, he shot himself in the head and he was the one responsible for the shooting, age 16 years old. And when they just said something about the mother and the girlfriend, I just instantly like thought like, oh my God, like did did his girlfriend see any signs that led up to this incident? Or, did his mother see any type of signs? I don't know why, but I just believe the people that are around us, we have to pay like close attention to one another. We have to pay close attention to one another because things happening so fast, and sometimes life, I think, can just grab you sometimes. And I think everyone at one point in time has actually had a crazy thought that came up in their mind. And if you can't steer yourself away from that crazy thought, I think those are the things that can actually cause this kind of stuff to happen. Because I want to be the one to stay in tune with my fellow, um the fellow person, the people around me. I want to kind of at least pay a little attention to them. If you see a big drastic change in a person, and a person personality, a big drastic change in their attitude, you know pull them to the side, talk to them about places that can help them through whatever it is they're going through. Because I don't know, but I just think before something like this happened, I always feel like it's something that draws you up to this. Let me turn this back up and see what's going on. I just need to say that right quick.
Thank you. Now from the Los Angeles Field Office of the Federal Bureau of Investigation, Assistant Director in Charge Paul Delacourt.
Good morning. I'm Paul Delacourt, the Assistant Director in charge of the FBI's Los Angeles Field Office. We are once again here in front of you with another somber and sobering press statement where we're talking about something that no parents should ever have to go through, no high school student should ever have to worry about, and yet we're here to talk about it again. The FBI rolled crisis response resources. We are here in support of the LA County Sheriff's Department. At this time, we are collaborating on victim and witness interviews and digital media exploitation. We have begun a social media scrub. We have our evidence response team and our victim witness services teams on standby, ready to assist. We have resources available from Cyber Division and our laboratory division, if necessary, to assist the LA County Sheriff's Department in this investigation. I can report to you that at this time we have no known additional threats. We have no threats to this or any other school, or no threats to this or any other area. We're here at this point is a police cooperation matter. We will run all the leads to ground, but at this point we have no indication of any motivation or ideology. It's early on in this investigation. I'm pleased with the collaboration with our partners, proud of our response and our collaboration with our partners. But once again, it's sad that we have had to bring those resources to bear in another situation like this. Thank you.
Next, Los Angeles County Supervisor Catherine Barger.
I first want to thank LA County Sheriff's Department, who responded within 2 minutes of the call that came in regarding this horrific act. We have Department of Mental Health has support teams on site right now, working with the students as well as the family members. As you can imagine, the impact this is going to have not only on the school but on this community is tremendous. And the Department of Mental Health.
Okay. Okay, I got something to say right quick. I'm gonna let that play, but I just turned it down just to say what I gotta say. You know, it's a good thing that they made it there on time. It is so good. They made it to the school within 2 minutes of the shooting. So that is awesome. That's good that they made it there that quick. So, with that being said, looking at the time, 2 minutes is, that's very fast. They made it there, bam, right there. I don't know if the police department and the ambulance and fire department and everything is very close, but I think when all of the shootings happen down in the hood, in different places of that nature, when the shootings go down in the hood, I don't think I ever heard about a police getting to the hood after a shooting happened in 2 minutes. I just never heard of it. I remember living in the public housing in the projects. Back in like '08 and '09, some very treacherous projects. If anyone from Little Rock, North Little Rock, know about Silver City Court in North Little Rock, Arkansas, it was one of the most craziest projects, and I've seen plenty of people, plenty of shots go on there, and I've never heard about any police coming there in 2 minutes. But it's good that they made it there that fast. But I just wish every scene they can make it there in that amount of time, because I think it'd probably be less fatalities the sooner they can get there. So that's all I have to say about that part. I don't um I don't think it's nothing wrong with them getting there that fast. That's actually a good thing. But I just wish it could happen down in the hood too. So that's what I was just thinking when she was talking about the timing that they made it.
Community, and our family sticks together. I have a granddaughter who was at Saugus High School this morning, and when I heard about it, the feeling that went over me was indescribable. So I felt the same thing that our families are feeling about their kids here in the community. And I just want to say that we, as a city, are going to be working with all agencies together to try and get through this terrible, terrible experience, including making our activities center available for this evening between 5 and 7. The school district will tell you more about that. I just want every single family member to know that we are with you. Our heart is with you. And that's all I can say as to this horrible thing. There's no words to describe it. Thank you.
From Hart School District, Colin Nielsen.
Thank you. I'd like to first thank our first responders and the city of Santa Clarita for their tremendous response this morning. First and foremost, our hearts go out to the families of those affected by this terrible incident. Words are insufficient in times such as these. Nevertheless, we want to give you the facts that we have available to us at this moment regarding the incident at Saugus High School this morning. There was a shooting at Saugus High School before the start of classes. Law enforcement responded immediately and came on campus to address the situation with a massive presence. Several students have been transported, as you've heard, to local hospitals. All schools in the Hart District were initially placed on lockdown as a precaution. to deal with and to allow law enforcement to deal with the situation. At this point, all schools have been removed from lockdown. Once the scene was declared safe by law enforcement, Saga students were transported to Central Park via city and district buses to be reunited with their families. We are currently in the process of formulating a plan to care for our school and our community, and will continue sharing updates as we learn more, including for the plan for the days ahead. Tonight at the Santa Clarita Activity Center from 5 to 7 p.m. We'll have grief counselors and mental health professionals available for our community. We will continue to work together with law enforcement, the city of Santa Clarita, and our community partners. We encourage the Hart District family to check with our website for regular updates. Thank you.
Okay, we're going to do one more speaker, and then we're going to do Spanish. Santa Clarita Sheriff Station Captain Ramos.
Okay, I'm gonna turn this down for a second. Okay. Okay, so they said they about to do some Spanish kind of translation, so I'm gonna turn it down for them. Okay, so another thing that I was thinking, I don't know much about the guy, the shooter. I don't know much about him because the story is very fresh, so we haven't heard everything just yet. But I'm gonna say this: I remember going through the trailer of this one YouTuber. He has a movie out now, and it's called A Fatherless America. His name is Tommy Sotomayor. You could look him up on YouTube. Actually, his name is Tommy Sotomayor. But I do remember when they were calling out the statistics of children that come from single homes. They say they are more likely to commit violent crimes and stuff like that. So it kind of flashed me back to when they were talking about they sit down with the shooter's mom and the shooter's girlfriend. I didn't hear them mention a father, so I don't know if his father is in his life or not. But I know once the story progresses, a lot of things will come out. I'm most definitely gonna be staying tuned to this story, and I'm gonna keep my ear to this because this happens way too much here in America. There's just is I don't think it's ever uh I don't think shooting up anything is ever the solution to anything. I'm not the kind trying to dig into someone's mind and trying to figure out why would they do it. I don't think there's anything that could happen that shooting something up and killing people would resolve it. But I just started thinking like was this shooter, was he bullied? What exactly happened? I mean, do you guys think, I know we came from the old school, most of the people that watch me are around, in my age range and generation. We come from the old school where there wasn't a big amount of people that were acting out and shooting stuff up. There was the Columbine shooting back in 1999, but it wasn't just an abundant amount of this kind of stuff going on. And I think, like I always say, different people take things in differently. So I don't know if he was being bullied or what. I am very I want to see what's gonna progress when it comes to this story. I most definitely will stay tuned to this.
Okay, now the sheriff is going to do.
Let me see. I think they stopped talking to Spanish, so let's see what they're talking about here.
A las 7:38 de esta
Oh,
mañana
they're
recibimos
still talking
una.
Spanish. Okay.
You've been listening to an update.
Yeah, they got to talk Spanish because it happened in a predominantly Latina community, so they gotta most definitely have someone out there that speaks Spanish. Um, when it comes to this kind of violence, we just can't put a race on it anymore. Back in the days, it was just stereotype that most shooters were white men. It's not like that anymore. we have an abundant amount of mass shootings that go on every day in Chicago. And look, it's predominantly a black community where all of that shooting happens in Chicago. So we can actually no longer put a color on it anymore. And then it's just sad that when I was looking up stuff on this story and I put in high school shooting, it was a whole slew of schools that popped up. It was a whole long list of schools that popped up. So it's something that's going on way, way, way too often. So let me finish. I'm gonna listen to them for a few more minutes, and then I gotta charge my phone up. But the beginning of the live will most definitely be on YouTube.
Talking about the need to
So
interview
let's take a
all the
listen.
students. We understand that parents want their kids back, and that's understandable. But at the end of the day, we have to, as law enforcement, make sure that we identify any possible information that's out there relative to what may or may not have been foreseeable, things that the shooter may have said. We know, Rena, that 88% of shooters in his demographic have encouraged leakage, which means that they brag about get-even plans. So right now, law enforcement is going to secure those search warrants. They will not look at anything until they have those search warrants. Once they do, and they'll be meticulously written, once they'll do, they'll proceed to the home, they'll proceed to devices. At that point, information will be collected and disseminated amongst the investigative team. Part of that will go to social media. Part of it will go to what may or may not have been in the house. Some of that will go to emails and communication. How did he get the weapon? Did he collaborate with anybody? Did he talk to anybody? And last but not least is really going to be the examination of closed-circuit television cameras and, if possible, if LA County has in this area, AI or any type of facial recognition that they have in order to rule out completely that he wasn't working with or he didn't plan this with anybody else. So all of this is going simultaneously as we sit back and start watching this unfold in the hours and days to come.
I want to turn to Jamie Yukas, who's on the ground in Los Angeles. Jamie, we did hear police say that they have spoken, the detectives are currently speaking to the girlfriend of the suspect and also his mother. What more do we know?
Well, the thing I thought was interesting, Reno, was that today is also his birthday. It has been a very chaotic morning, of course, as we work to unravel a lot of these details. So we kept hearing a 15-year-old suspect,
Today is his
Asian
birthday?
male, from the very beginning. Today we learned that it was
Jamie,
actually his 16th
This dude shot some shit up on his birthday. Excuse my
I want
language.
to turn right back to see what else he has to say.
Be able to determine that.
I can pause it for a second.
Oh my God, he did this on his birthday. Can you believe that?
The investigators looked at the surveillance video from the school, not cell phone video. It's an established video system, and they watched it.
And
the timeline on that number of minutes from the 6th? You know, I can't comment on that.
I do want to update one thing. We just received word that one of the 14-year-old victims at the hospital has also passed away. Just moments
14-year-old passed away.
So, our fatalities now were 2, so with heavy heart, we're going to move forward with the investigation, figure out what went wrong. And I hate to have Saugus be added to the names of Columbine, Parkland, Sandy Hook, but it's a reality that affects us all throughout the nation.
Let me turn this down for a second here. I was just speaking on Columbine, I was just saying when I put in school shooting, Columbine actually did pop up. I just cannot believe this situation, what happened. Everything is horrible altogether. But for that 16-year-old boy to commit a heinous crime such as this on his birthday, you go on your birthday, you actually go to your school where you attend high school and you commit a massive shooting on your birthday. This story, oh my God, once everything just start unfolding, I most definitely will be coming back with an update on this story because it's so much more. It's so much more to this story probably than what we both know. But let me turn this back up, and I'm gonna get it in for a few more minutes. I have to go and get my son from school in about 20 to 25 minutes. So let's just finish listening and see what's going on.
Yes, as the fire chief said, this school, a lot of our local, from our department, from the fire department, from other police departments, this area has an awful lot of law enforcement presence there. So it would not surprise me if they were available and did respond.
And do you know whether this
No, I have not seen it personally.
Can you clarify whether the suspect was one of those critically injured or whether he has also passed away? Can you clarify that?
He's one of the ones, he shot himself
Yep,
in the head,
Rich.
so he's in great
I think
condition.
he actually
He's
had
not
ended
one of the ones that's
up
passed away.
shooting. I think he ended up shooting about 6 people.
Yes.
One of the 14-year-olds, I think, which
Yes,
was in maybe the
a
ninth
16-year-old
grade.
female and a 14-year-old male.
Yeah, they're dead. A 16-year-old female and a 14-year-old male is
The
dead.
information we have is that they're not in critical condition. The ones that were in critical are the ones that have passed away.
Yeah.
And outside of the suspect himself, the other ones, I won't comment any further. I'll leave that up to a representative from the hospital.
And from Henry Mayo Hospital, Public Information Officer Patrick Moody, MOODY.
So I'll be brief. I'm sorry to be here today. About 80% of our employees live in the Santa Clarita Valley, so we are touched by this. Our hearts go out to the victims and their families. We train for this.
A 16-year-old
year-round.
female
We hope the day will never come, and today
and
it
a
came.
14-year-old male
We were
are
prepared.
dead.
We immediately called the code triage.
I think
and
it's
we
a
prepared, and we
total.
were
It was a
prepared to receive
total of,
patients.
I believe, 6
We had 4
people shot.
patients at the hospital. 2 are deceased.
2.
One is in critical condition, and one is in good condition. The question that you're all going to ask me is the suspect in Henry Mayo? It's a question I can't answer. I'm going to defer that question to the Sheriff's Department. Thank you very much.
Okay, without further ado, that's going to be it for this evening's press conference. There will be updates put out later. Please follow social media and Los Angeles County Sheriff Department's Facebook and internet pages.
Okay.
We'll try to get any updated information out
so
as soon as we can.
if you guys wanted to go and check on the updates on this, you can go and tune in with CBS Los Angeles.
Giving us another
I
update
believe
and
it's
confirming there are now
Fox.
2 fatalities from this Saugus
Fox
High School shooting
CBS.
that took
No,
place. A
that's
16-year-old student
CBS.
and a 14-year-old both have lost their lives. I want
Or
to turn
you
back to
can
Jamie
tune
because,
into
Jamie, I know I had
Fox
to unfortunately cut
Los
you off as we
Angeles.
were going
Fox
back
Los
to this press
Angeles.
conference, but you were saying to us about this suspect that today was his birthday. Yeah, today was his 16th birthday, and
Today
I think the
was his
interesting pieces of
birthday.
information that have come out is that this school has 2,300 students, but it appears, based on the surveillance video that the police were looking at, that this group was in the quad area together, these 6 individuals that were shot. It looks to be 3 males, including the shooter, and 3 females at this point in time. There's been a lot of numbers thrown around. We know a total of 7 patients at this point in time. One 16-year-old female has died. One 14-year-old male has died. The shooter, also, we were told at the beginning of the press conference, in great condition. That leaves 3 other victims right now and 1 patient in good condition. Now, these people were in the quad area.
Oh my
and from
God,
what it
this
looks
is
like
so
on the
weird.
surveillance camera.
Okay, so I'm gonna push play on this. Okay, so you can actually tune in to Fox out of LA. I'm sure they will probably be broadcasting on this situation just throughout the day today. So hit up Fox. I know most definitely CNN have lots of information on this situation. I'm sorry, my little live just keep moving around over here. But it's just all of the numbers that I hear them saying, as far as the numbers go. Some just sit kind of eerie in my spirit when it comes to these numbers, because I keep hearing them say, okay, it was a total of 6 people shot. A total of 6 people shot. Three of the people that got shot, 3 of them were females. 3 of them were males. So I'm seeing the 3 and the 6. Okay, so I'm seeing that. I'm not trying to sound like some kind of I don't want to get off into all of that the theory kind of stuff, but I'm just thinking like these numbers just everything about this situation just sound eerie. And then it's just like I'm thinking about the situation, and I'm hearing the 3, and then I'm hearing them say something about the 6, and it just sounds eerie. It sounds very eerie. Mhm. uh-huh. It- yes. So I am thinking to myself. I'm just sitting here thinking to myself, like, this whole situation here, this whole situation here just sounds so eerie to me. I'm not trying to be like a what they call a conspiracy theorist person, because I don't think I ever really just took the time to do that. I don't sit and overthink a lot of stuff. I know a lot of people when it comes to, I don't know if you know anyone that could be like a conspiracy theorist person or whatever. Um I think a lot of times they overthink. But when it comes to this situation, and as you know, I am in the spiritual world. I'm a very spiritual person. So when it comes to things in numbers in situations like that, I don't know if you are like into the Bible a lot, like back in the days like I was, but a lot of information that I took in from the Bible, I do know there were uh anybody that's real like off into the church, really religious or whatever. I'm not trying to offend anybody. I'm not trying to say anything that may sound off the wall, but take a listen to me right now. In the Bible, they actually have, like, God used to perform rituals. God, asked, one of his disciples to sacrifice his son. So God was in the sacrifices, you know, and I know a big thing in the Bible, he sacrificed things. God moved in threes. God worked in threes. And when I was listening to this story, and I'm looking at the fact that his birthday was today. He was 16. 1 times 6 equals 6. Okay. And then 2, and then I look at it like this, like 2 divided by 6 is 3. And why I say 2 divided by 6 is 3 is because we're in the 11th month. So say 1 plus 1. 1 plus 1 equals 2. That boy turns 16 today. 1 times 6 equals 6. So you come up with that 2, which is the month that we in, November. 1 plus 1 equals 2. 2 divided by 6 equal 3. So and then I hear 3 girls and then 3 boys were shot. So I'm like, this whole situation, I am most definitely coming with an update about it. Thank you so much for tuning in with me today, YouTube, to Katie Talk 101. And like I always say, I'm Katie and I'm talking. Stay in contact with me. Hit me up on my Instagram at Lady Love K. That's LadyLuvKay. You can DM me any kind of ideas about shows, any advice, critiques, whatever. I take it all. Just stay respectful. That's all I ask. You can also hit me up on my Gmail for any kind of ideas about a show or any topics that you would like to see me speak on. And I love you all. I love you. I love you. Any ideas, critiques, advice, information, I am open and willing to take it all. So please hit me up on my email at aboutchange34@gmail.com. Or you can go and join my group. Actually, I think all you have to do is put in a request to join the group on Facebook, KATIE, make a space, talk one on one all together. So put in a request for me on there. And I most definitely, oh, look, I got a donation. Oh my God, thank you so much. Oh my God, I got my first donation from YouTube. Oh my God. Oh my God. Thank you so much. They know who they are. I'm not going to say their name out loud, but oh my God, I got my first donation. I'm like so excited right now. You're going to make me cry. You are gonna make me cry. Don't do that. Oh my God. In the middle of my first live show. Oh my God. I got my first donation from YouTube. Thank you so much. I'm not gonna put your name all the way out there. They know who they are. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, oh my God. Oh, thank you so much. That is so awesome. But I love you, Facebook. Oh my God. And it's just like, this is a very unfortunate situation. And I mean, I hope we can find some understanding. I know it's so crazy when it comes to these shootings. And it's like when these shootings happen, when the at the end, like when the actual shooter ends up killing their self, it's just basically nothing but unanswered questions. It's unanswered questions, and I just don't. It's just really, really hard to explain. It's so many unanswered questions, and I actually just try to think about like what did they go through. Thank you so much, YouTube, for tuning in. I will be coming up with updates on this school shooting that happened in LA. So make sure you stay tuned, YouTube. Oh yeah, and over here on Facebook,